Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and welcome to Wednesday. Wednesday means stamping through my stash. And what is that, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. Stamping through your stash means that you ink up your stamps when you buy them. Ink up the stamps. If there's die cuts that go with it, use those as well because Stampin' Up! Has a 3-month guarantee on their products. Their big stuff, like the stamping cut and emboss machine, has a 3-year guarantee, but all the ink pads, the paper, the cardstock, the stamps, the dies, 3 months. So if you wait too long with using your stuff and there's something wrong, you're out of luck, which makes sense. You can't, there's not a forever buyback guarantee at other stores either. And then the second benefit to doing this is that when you do this, you will fall in love with your stamps. You're going to remember that you have them, you're going to use them. You can tuck away your stamped images that you don't use and your die cuts into the case, and then the next time you use them, you will have a lovely surprise. You'll already be on your way to your next card. My name is Jackie Vandersar-Boot. Officially on the Stampin' Up! Website, I am still Jackie Bolcha in Canada and Jacomina Bolcha in the Netherlands. So if you're looking for me, that's how you find me. Anyway, let's take a look. What do you see? You see real red, you see azure afternoon. I'm already thinking ahead, what color shall I stamp in? Because I want to make some simple cards with this lovely stamp set. And it's called Softly Said because the colors are soft and they look kind of like they've been watercolored. This is what's called a distinctive stamp, so it'll look like it's shaded. What I love about it is that big words make it for easy card making. So I'm going to use my Stamparatus and I'm just going to tuck this one underneath. I have so much going on my desk. It's really crazy, really, really crazy. But that means that there's good things happening. So, by the way, the Stamparatus is a product that Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell anymore, but if you want one, let me know. So here we have You Are Loved, and I'm going to put the magnet over here. And then I'm going to do Thinking of You. And just because. And we'll do these all in real red for now. And then we'll do the rest. You know what? We're going to do them all. Oh, I have a story. Do you see this? It looks kind of weird, doesn't it? I was busy with the putting my stickers on my stamps, and this sticker was upside down on a block, and then my notebook went on top of it, and well, yeah, I couldn't get it off, so it's on here. I might just cut this off. This is going to be my ugly stamp. So that's the thing with these stickers. They stick so well. Do not try to take them off if you run into problems. See, that one can go. Okay. Doesn't matter. It still works. We're not going to freak out about it. Now there's one more left, and it is Celebrate. I just want to put them all like so. And then we can cut them out later and put them on a card. Oops. They really do stick very, very well. I'm going to do a little reel about this. Some people are not putting their stickers on their stamps because they're afraid that they're going to get stuck on their blocks and then they're going to, oh, this one's sticking out past my Stamparatus. That's not going to work. Let's see. I wasn't thinking. There, and then here. And this one's going to go a little bit more like so. Okay, so here we go. Now they're all on here. So I'm going to show you on a block in a minute. I'll show you that trick. So I've got my real red ink here. I'm sorry, my camera is a little bit close to my stamping surface. So the nice thing about the Stamparatus is that you can stamp in the same place more than once and get a really nice, distinct image. So let's just move it here. Press, press, press. So if you want one, let me know. I have them in Canada, and I can ship them to you. I think I have 5 left now. See, because this is not, I probably have to re-ink my stamp set, but you can see the distinctive look that they look shaded. But I want to go just a little bit darker. So I'm just going to add one more layer of color. And here we go. So what I like about this, you're going to see how easy it is there. That looks quite nice. And you can see it's meant to be distinctive so that you've got the shading in there. Doesn't it look great? So here they are in red. Maybe we'll just stick with red. Maybe I don't have to do the azure, but it might be fun to see. I'm just going to clean this off with my chamois. There. And now we're just going to flip this the other way. And let me see if I can, what do I have? I can just do those two. I'm just going to take these off. And, whoopsie. Oh, okay, we'll put it on a block and I'll show you the trick before we do the other color. Okay, so if your stamp is on the block in such a way that you can't get it off, see mine's coming off, but let's see it's stuck, then what you do instead of trying to pull at it, because you can literally tear your stamp apart, take a pokey tool or a toothpick and just go underneath and break the seal, and then it peels off just like that, okay? So don't force it. It's just like anything in life, you don't want to force things. That's how you break things. I'm sure you can hear your parent saying that to you. To not force things. Okay, so let's put that underneath. Now let's ink these up, and then you can see what Azure Afternoon looks like. Another reason to ink up all your colors, sometimes colors are different than what you expect them to be. And if you never try, you won't know. See, isn't that nice? It's a nice color. It's somewhere, yeah, somewhere between Pacific Point and Tempting Turquoise. Now, if there's anybody watching today that is with Close to My Heart, I have heard that Close to My Heart is closing its doors at the end of June. I'm sorry to hear that. I would be devastated if that happened to Stampin'Up, but I would like to assure you that there's a warm and welcome place waiting for you on my team. I would love to help you adjust. I would love to have some scrapbookers on my team. I do think there's still a niche for that, and apparently Stampin'Up is taking over the scrapbooking supplies from Close to My Heart. So I think it'll be a great fit, and let's look for opportunities. I guess no matter what business you work in, there's always a chance that the company is going to go bankrupt. So anyway, I just thought I would put that out there. If you're just a customer with Close to My Heart and you're looking for new things, then message me. I'd love to help you. All right, so here we are, and now this is what we're going to do. So those are all the different sayings in there, and they're quite basic, right? Thinking of you, you are loved, just because, celebrate, and thank you. That covers a whole lot of stuff. Now, let's take a look at the paper I was thinking to combine with these stamps. So here's a paper that I thought would be really nice to send to the grandkids with You Are Loved. And then you could even put an extra piece of paper in there so that they could cut out some of those cute little figures. Or even better, you could put them on an adhesive sheet, and then they have handmade stickers. Isn't that a good idea? That just came to me now. I thought it was great. Then we have this paper, which, you know what? It's nice to give guys a card, but a lot of guys are not that sentimental, and you're not going to keep your card for a very long time. So cut a piece of paper and put a saying on it. Write something nice on the inside, and just use my favorite product in the catalog, the Assorted Memories and More cards and envelopes. They're wonderful. The big ones have a nice big area so that you can cut. They're 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 if you fold them in half. So you can cut a piece of patterned paper that is 4 inches by 6 inches. And that is, you get lots of those in one. So let's have a look. I'm going to grab my paper trimmer. Okay, so I have my paper trimmer. And I'm just going to take it to the 4-inch mark, so nice and tight to the top. And then we're going to cut it at 6 inches. So you can get 6 of these out of one piece of paper. Okay, super cute. And we'll do the same thing with the guys' tool paper. Well, it's not necessarily for guys. Tools are for girls too. So my one regret that I never learned to use power tools. I know how to use a wrench, and pliers, and all that good stuff. A hammer, tape measure, and this, a vice grip. A vice grip. That was my father's favorite tool. I think we use those a lot on the farm. Okay, so now if you want your card to be super simple, then all you do is put this on your card. If you want to step it up a notch, you can take a color that's in here. So you could do Lost Lagoon or Real Red. And if I'm going to do a Thinking of You in red, then it might be nice to do a red matte as well. But it's not necessary. So let's have a look. Let's take our scissors. Of course, my scissors are not here. Well, they were within arm's reach, so I shouldn't be so mean to myself. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this out. And you kind of turn the paper as you go. And then if like this piece of paper is pretty big, I'm just going to cut like so. This is not how I'm going to put it on. That would not look good. But what you do is you kind of go around the letters and you turn the paper as you go, and that way you get a nice flow going. Like so. Probably getting dizzy as you watch the paper go round and round, but it's really a good trick. And here we go. There we go, all the way around the G. And it's amazing how nice that looks. So I'm going to do this with beginner stampers because it's all about starting simple. And I keep saying that the easier a card is to make, the more likely you are to give it away. If you spent hours making a card, you are going to be reluctant to put that thing in the mail. Unless you have a very big heart, you're going to want to keep it for a little while. Just enjoy it, how nice it is. Okay, see? And then we just pop it up. But now that I look at it, I think, oh, maybe I do want a red rim around it. Let's try it and let's see how it looks. And this is what's so nice about Stampin' Up. Everything coordinates. So it's easy to make something beautiful. So now we're going to get our paper trimmer again. And remember, our pattern paper was 4 inches by 6 inches. So we're going to go 4 1/8 by 6 1/8. Now that goes just past here. There. So this is going to be just a little tiny red edge. What you can do, if you don't want to waste all this stuff in the middle, you can use a die cut and cut some stuff out of there. But I have tons of cardstock, so I'm not going to do that. And also time's a factor, but you can easily do that. We've got deckled rectangles, stitched rectangles, circles, you name it. You can do that. Well, you know what? I'll get a circle punch. That's easy. So I have a 2 3/8 inch circle punch, and I'm going to, I'll bet you I can get 2 out of here. Look at this. So 1, 2. So I can use those for another card, and we're not going to see the difference. So now we're going to put some adhesive on here. And actually, I just thought of something, but it's too late now because I put the adhesive on. You could put this over top of the paper, and then you'd have a peekaboo card. So let's see. If you had it like this, and then you went like so, see what I mean? That's cool too. And then you could put the saying like so. See? Very cool. Okay. That's what happens when you play, guys. When you play, lots of ideas come into your head. So there we go. This is nice side. This is a nice side of the paper too. See, you could go like this. See, I just keep getting ideas. You could do the Thinking of You, and then you could do a little strip of tools going across. Also very nice. So yeah, well, we're not going to deviate from the plan. I'm falling into a bit of squirrel behavior, but you know what? That's not always a bad thing. Here. It's very creative. Apparently creative people can be a little bit squirrely. So I'm just going to own it, and it's not always a bad thing. Okay. Now the thing you want to do with the Thinking of You is you want to pop it up so that it stands out a little bit. You could even put it across a little on a little, let me just cut a little strip and see what that looks like. If we cut that at 3/4 of an inch, and then I'll do another one at an inch, and we'll see which one we like better. Okay. Oops, my whole card went down with it. So here's the card. Here's my 3/4 of an inch strip. And then it does kind of ground the thinking of you rather than having it floating around. Now let's try a wider one. No, I like the narrow one better. So that's how you make a card. You play around with what you have laying on your desk. It's a good thing you can't see my desk. We'd have one crazy card. I'm going to do that. Here we go. I'd like to hear from you if your card making process is anything like mine. How do you decide what your card's going to look like? Does it come easily to you? Do you struggle? Okay. There. See? And so that is exactly the same width as the red mat. And now we are going to get some dimensionals. Oh, I have no big ones left. I just have these little guys. Oh, you know what? I'm going to find some big ones. All right. Nice new sheet of dimensionals. 1, 2. And you know, 2's enough. It doesn't need 3. And then I'd like to do it off to one side rather than there in the middle. But that's up to you. That's just a fun, easy card, isn't it? And if you want to, you can add another piece in the inside. You could use a strip of this. You could use a piece of the measuring tape paper. There's the sky is the limit. Now, if you want to buy this bundle, this paper was a celebration item, and celebration is now over. But if you purchase the bundle from me, I will send you a free paper sampler so that you can make this card as well. All right, just make sure you use the links in my video. I'm a Canadian demonstrator as well as a demonstrator in Europe. So those are the 2 markets where you can buy from me. If you live in another market, you can still support me by purchasing my PDF tutorials or becoming a member of my YouTube channel. So lots of ways to have fun and to interact with me. Now let's do one more card, shall we? I have to find my pretty paper. I just have the big piece. Oh yeah, here it is. I found it. So same idea. Now, what I was thinking to do, I don't know if I want to, see, the trick is you don't want to cover up any of those cute little kids. 1 second. Okay, these sayings aren't going to fit on that circle, so I'm going to use my circle for something else. But I do want this just because. Man, I stamped that really straight there. And then I'm going to cut it down this way. There. Now, let's see. You know, kids love getting mail. Okay, I remember when my kids were little, if they got something in the mail, that was a really big deal because mail usually just came for the parents. See, and that can go it just fits. Okay. So here I have my large memories and more card. Now, one tip with these cards, I don't like the way that they are scored. It's not always perfectly in the center. So you do have to make sure, just line up the 2 corners and then use a block to make that crease, and then you'll have a perfect card. Now, it looks fine just on the white card like that. It really does. I'm going to ignore the urge to put it on another mat of cardstock because you know what? That extra layer of cardstock does make it a little bit more money. So if you're watching your pennies, it makes a difference. So I'm just going to show you that you can also do it simply and it's still going to look nice. There we go. It's really cute. Let the paper do the work. And I was going to do this, but that doesn't make sense. Well, maybe it does. Yeah, that's really cute. Now we're going to have to get really close to the edges or it's not going to fit. Let me grab my scissors again. They're hiding under my paper. Just like that. And let's see if it's going to fit. It is going to fit. Okay, you know what we're going to do? I'm not going to eyeball it. That would be silly. Let's see. Where's the just? Okay, on this side. And now we're going to glue it on there. Yeah. Okay. The other question I have is, do you talk to yourself when you're stamping? I'll bet you do. Some of my customers talk to themselves during my class. They get teased a little bit. I do miss that. Okay, look how cute that is. And it's right, I'm purposely putting it right here so that those little hearts are right above. Isn't that adorable? And yeah, it doesn't get much easier than this, people, and that's why I love that stamp set. So if you're just a beginner, this is great. If you're not, guess what? Still great. I'm so glad I bought it. And I'm excited because I'm going to be hopefully doing these cards at a local place here in the Netherlands. Now this is a little bit bigger than my paper layer, but that's okay. And they're going to be beginner stampers. So I thought, you know what? I have lots of pretty pattern paper, and this is going to be a great way to show them what they can do. So it's not about what I can do, it's about what they can do. And it's about what you can do. So I hope you enjoyed this Stamping Through My Stash video. And remember, together we can change the world one card at a time. Have a super day. Bye.